Hello. Am I audible? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Shall we start? Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll wait for 3 more minutes and we will start. So how many of you are able to understand my class? Any suggestions? Any suggestions? No suggestions. We'll start now. So in last session, what we have studied, I explained about the fundamental data types and basics of slicing operation, right? Now, in this session, we will discuss about mutability, immutability for these data types. How many of you know what is mutable and immutable? Nobody knows? Somebody tell me, like, what is mutability, immutability? No one? Okay. So, see what is happening when you create an object. See, in Python, everything is an object that I already told you. In Python, everything is an object. Object, right? In Python, everything is an object. Now, what will happen if I say I equal to 20? So this I will point to this 20 value. And this value where it is stored will have some memory location. See, whatever that you want to save should be in some memory, right? Where will you save? If I say something, it will go and save in your brain, right? That is your memory. In some address location that I don't know in which neuron or in which memory location it will go and save. But internally, some reference is there. When I ask you define Python, I explain the definition of Python. It will go and sit in your memory. When I ask you, can you please define Python? Again, you will retrieve from your memory and you will speak. That is how it works, the saving of data. Right. Similarly, when I some location somewhere and it will store the value 20 and I will point to this. Means one object is created and the reference I will be pointing to that value. That's what I mean to say. Clear? When I equal to 20 means the reference will be created. That reference will be pointing to that value. That's what I mean to say. Now, how will we prove it? Already I gave you, like, I is equal to 20. I want to know the address ID of I. See, it is giving the address, whatever that address that we are speaking, right? That it is giving here 4032692. Right. Till here, any doubts? Till here, any doubts?
No, sir.
No. Now, this mutability, see what all we studied till now, fundamental data types. What all you get it in under fundamental data types? Numeric. Under numeric, what all you have? Int, float. Int, float, what? Complex. Right. Then you have string. Then you have bool. Means boolean. Boolean. Right. What will come under boolean? True or false. String means any string. Any string that you can have, which will be in inverted commas or single or double quotations. Not inverted commas, quotations. Okay. This is what we studied. All this we call it as a fundamental data types in Python. See, even data type is an object, function is an object. So all this we call it as an objects only. Now, all these fundamental data types are immutable in Python. What do you mean by immutable? When I say mutable, you can modify the value. When I say immutable, you cannot modify the value. Means I is equal to 20. Means what is happening? It will create I with some 20 references, right? I is equal to, I will be pointing to this with the value 20. Now, when I say I is equal to 30, it is not going to modify this location. Instead, it will create one more object. It will create one more object with value 30, with value 30, and this reference will be pointing to this. This reference will go, and I is pointing to 30. And our friend, who is our friend? Garbage collector. He always collects this garbage. Who will free the memory? So he will come and he will free this memory, delete this object, because this is not used. It hasn't have reference. So he will clean it. Means, see, when I say I is equal to 20, it has initialized one object with 20. When I say I is equal to 30, It is not modifying the same location. It is creating one more new object here. And the old one is left for garbage collection. This is what I call it as an immutability. Means you cannot modify the same memory location. It will create a new object and I will be referencing to that object, newly created object. How many of you understood, or you want me to explain again? Tell me.
Once again.
All fundamental data types are immutable. Immutable means once created, once you create, you cannot modify the same object. It will create one more object and refer to that newly created object. The old value is left, means reference is dereferenced, means GC will come and clean it. See, what will happen generally in C or C++, when I is equal to 20 means 20 will be created with I. When I say I is equal to 30, the same thing will be removed and it will be updated with 30. When I say 40, the same location will be updated with 50, something like that. But here in this case, it is not like that. The old object will be dereferenced and it is left for GC and the new object will be created. Clear? Not clear?
Clear, sir.
Look here. When I say I is equal to 20, okay. Now idea of I, see, it is pointed to the same thing. When I say I is equal to 200, and when I create idea of I, see, it is not modifying the earlier memory location. It has created a new object somewhere else. Clear? Now this will be cleaned by your GC. Clear or not?
Clear, sir.
Sir.
Okay. Shall we check for all now how it will work? We will check it. Okay. Now I is equal to 2. Wait, sorry. Now I is equal to 200. J is equal to 200. Okay. What should be the idea of I? Something like this. Idea of J, what? Can somebody tell me what is the idea of J? Means you have not followed my previous class. I told you, right? It is going to use memory very efficiently. Means
Same ID, sir.
when you create some data, somewhere. Sorry. So what I was trying to explain, you guys, when I create something like this, I is equal to 20 means, I told you right in the earlier session, this will have I reference. I will be referring to this location which has 20 values stored in it.
Screen is
When
not
I say,
visible.
oh sorry boss, I'll just share it. Okay, see, when I say J is equal to 20, again J is equal to 20. Okay, I is equal to 20. What will happen? The same, it will not create a new again. It will just point to the same thing. J is equal to 20. Clear? Okay, I will tell you one thing. I am going to use in my program something like, somewhere I am using uh, some pin code or whatever it is. So, or I will say like, Bangalore, some string. S is equal to Bangalore. S is equal to Bangalore. Now what will happen? It will create one object with Bangalore, right? And S will point to it. Okay, S will point to it. S will point to it. Now, like this, I will create what I can say 10 lakhs objects. What will happen if this feature is not given? What will happen, man? It has to initialize the same object 10 lakh times, or just 10 lakh variables pointing to the same thing. Which is easy or which is better? Tell me. Which is memory saving? Like this, you have 10 lakh. Clear? Brother, what I am trying to explain, you guys are getting or not? No.
Yes.
Okay. Now, whoever said yes, she has to answer my question. Let's say that I am going to change the value of yes to Hyderabad. Now, what is the scope of these people? 9,99,999 people will also change to Hyderabad, or what will happen? You tell me.
They will change.
Why they will change? What did I say? I said immutability means fundamental data type. What all fundamental data type? Int, float, complex, bool, and string will not be written to the same memory location. When I say S is equal to Hyderabad, this fellow, what will happen? This fellow will be referring to the different object. That's what immutability I am calling now. You are getting me right? Hyderabad. And old people will be like this only. You got what I'm trying to say? What is immutability? What did I say? The same object is not modified. Instead, it will create one new object in the new location. That's what immutability is. What is mutability? The same object will be modified. Since a string is an immutable object, S will be created. When I update S to Hyderabad, L, P, M, all these 9,99,999 variables will be pointing to the old Bangalore only. Only S will be created in the new memory location as a new object. Since it has references, GC will not disturb this object. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So you want me to explain again?
No.
Very, very good. Now, the same person will answer my question. Okay. I is equal to, see, what did I say? Int object is an immutable, right?
Yes.
Now, I is equal to 270. J is equal to 270. What is the ID of I? This is. What will be the ID of J?
Same.
Who is going to?
Same, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Good. But it is not same. Why? Why it is not same? Tell me. Now I will explain. This is the twist. Okay. See, no doubt, all fundamental data types are immutable only. But There is one simple logic implemented in Python. I will tell you. At the startup of your Python, right? See, this is little bit internal. I am going. If you cannot understand, just leave it. If you can understand, that's well and good. Okay. See how they have implemented. At the time of startup, right? Python program, it will initialize the int values from 0 to 255. 255. Okay. It will initialize by default. It will initialize by default. Okay. Now let's say that I is equal to 256. J is equal to 256. ID of I equal to ID of
ಹೇಳಿ
J.
ಅವತ್ತಿನ ನಿಂಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೋ ಹೇಳಿ ಪವಿತ್ರ
Hello.
ಅದನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳು
Please.
ಅವತ್ತಿನ ಬಿಡಿ
ಸುಳ್ಳು
ಅಮ್ಮ,
ಸುಳ್ಳು
ಅಮ್ಮ.
ಅಂತೆ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
Amma, please go on mute.
ಹಂಗಾಗಿ
Hello.
ನಾನು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದು ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ನಾನು
ಯಾವ ಹೆಸರು ನಿಮ್ಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು
Ma, please go on mute. Okay. Good. Now, what will happen? 0 to 255. Look here. What is happening? Both are same. ID of I and ID of J. Look here. See, this equal to operator will, what it will do? It will compare or it will check the locations are same or not, memory references are same or not. But if you want to compare the values, you need to use I is J. You're getting me right? Is will compare the values. Equal to will compare the references. Okay. Now check. 0 to 256. That's not 255. Okay. 0 to 256. 256. Okay. 256. From 257 onwards, I is equal to 257. J is equal to 257. See, false. From 257 onwards, it will create a new address space. Means when the Python starts, right, predefinedly it will initialize these values. Whenever you say I is equal to 10 or I is equal to 0, it will just reference I value here. No need to create an object. Objects are already created. Just to increase the performance, to improve the performance, they have given this feature. Okay. But still it is immutable. Okay. Immutable. Just for that, I am just giving you, internally they have implemented something like this. After 257 or 258 that you want to, create, it will create in a new memory location, and whatever it is, like, it will point it. Let's say that I want to create 270. So 270 will be created, and I want to initialize with I and J. Yeah, no problem. It will create one dabba, and then one you can, point out I and J to that. I comma J will be pointing to that 270. That's it. Make it I is equal to 270. J is equal to 270. ID of I equal to ID of J. True plus false. Yes, because just a second. Yes, so it is creating two different memory locations. See, immutability is different from this one. Now I will change the I value to 280. What will be the memory location? See, it was earlier I made it I is equal to 270. Now I am making I is equal to 280. It will be in different memory location. Look here. It will be in two different memory location. Don't confuse between immutability and this initializing, means reusability of the objects. Reusability is different concept. Immutability is different concept. Reusability, I am just trying to explain. 0 to 256, all the objects of int will be by default initialized. And whenever you create something, it will go and point to that location. This is nothing but reusability of the objects, right? Immutability is something like when you initialize and when you modify, the same object will not be modified. Instead, it will create one more new object. Clear? What is the use of object reusability? To improve the performance. Clear? Any doubts? Full doubts, huh?
No, sir.
See, now the same reusability concept for bool, it will be same, no problem. It will initialize with, it will initialize with true and false. 1 second. It will initialize with true and false. Let me explain. Okay. It will initialize with true and false. I is equal to true. Okay, j is equal to true. Now id of I equal to id of j. Yes, true. Because in memory it will have only two values, true or false. Whenever you initialize 1 lakh variables with true, it will point to the true. Whenever you initialize 2 lakh variable with false, it will point to that false. So definitely, since there are two options, you will have very easy, right? No problem. Very simple. But when it comes to int, it is going to give you by default only 256. After that, it will not going to allow you. It will create a new object. Means it will start creating the objects. But in case of string, float, and complex, every time it will create new object in different memory location. When I say a is equal to 1.2, b is equal to 1.2, both are created in two different memory locations. Look here. Because it cannot initialize. Like if we want to initialize between 1 to 1.5, you have to initialize 1 million values, 1.1, 1.1.111, 1.11111, 1.11111, likewise it has to initialize too many values. So a lot of memory will be consumed. For that, float, string, complex will be created in a unique location, whereas int and bool will have predefined locations. If you understand, well and good. If you don't understand, don't scratch your head. You got it right? Nothing much, but you must understand one concept, which is mutability and immutability. Clear? Mutability and immutability, are you guys clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will continue with next data types. So till now, you know how to execute a Python program and what is PVM and how many stages are then executing your Python program, and then basic data, features of Python program, basic data type, fundamental data type, and you know what is mutability and immutability. These concepts you are very clear. Clear or not? Tell me. Okay, we will continue with next session, next topic. Now, see, slicing also I covered. Slicing also I covered. Now we will work on sequence in Python. Numeric over none type over, numeric over, none type over. What else we completed? Bool over. In sequence, what all we will get, we will write now. In sequence data type, you have string, str, that we covered. Byte, B-Y-T-E, bytes. Byte array, B-Y-T-E-A-R-R-Y, byte array. List. Next, a tuple. Next, a range. These are the data types that we get under sequence. SEQUENCE, sequence data type. Okay. I already spoke about this string very clearly. Like, if at all you want to initialize a string, you need to initialize in double quotations or single quotations or what? Tell me. What is happening? Multi-line if you want to initialize. What did I say? You need to use triple quotations, triple single quotations or triple double quotations. Again, I will show you once. This is equal to what is this name of the file? Test.py. Look here. See what it has printed? Test with the multi-line. Multi-line means you have to initialize like this. Say I don't want to initialize multi-line. I want to make it only one single string. Testing 1, 2, 3, something like that. Now I want to print what? G. Okay. I want to comment this. How do you use comments? Can somebody tell me what is used for comment single line?
Single colon.
Single colon. What is this? Hash. Single line. Look here, testing 1, 2, 3 means it is taking this as a comment. If you want to have multiple line comments, then you need to use what? Triple quotations. See, till here I am using triple quotations. All this is commented. All this is not commented because I am using here multi-line single quotation, right? It will not be commented. All this will be commented. Look here. See 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not taking as, I'm just taking initialized as a int value. Clear? So when you are using when you are using triple quotations or triple double quotations or triple single quotations, when you want to comment more than one line of the code, or when you want to initialize a string which has multiple lines, Clear, or any doubts? Escape sequence also I explained. Doubts? Do you guys have doubts or not? You want me to explain again? Okay. Your wish. I'm just going to the next session. Bytes data type. Okay. So string we completed. Now we are going with the bytes data type. See, these bytes data types are group of bytes. Okay, which will be stored like an array. Like an array, it will store group of bytes. What is a byte? A byte is nothing but 8 bits. A byte is nothing but 8 bits. A byte is nothing but 8 bits. Okay. Let's say that if I want to represent 1 in 1 byte, 0, 1, you have to mention. Sorry, not 0, 1, just 1. This will be, okay, you can also mention as 0, 1. Yeah, no problem. Okay, I can make it as 1 nibble, 1 nibble. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, 1 byte. Like this, the data will be stored in bytes data type. How will you how will you create bytes? This is how you create bytes. First, you will initialize a list. You will understand what is a list. You will understand what is a list. Some L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, close that list. Now you need to use this function and convert this list into bytes. B is equal to bytes, bytes of L. Okay. Now, how do you print the values in bytes? You need to use for loop. For I in B, print what? B. Sorry, B, 1 second. So not B, I have to print. I will explain, don't worry. See, it has printed. 1 second. I am unable to show you this. Can you see now? This is not displayed, right? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is displaying. So I will tell you again, I will repeat now what I have done. Again, I will repeat now. See, I have created one list. List is nothing but a data type. Okay, that you will come to know. List will be closed and opened with square brackets. Okay, list will be closed and open, means it will initialize using square brackets. When I say L is equal to open square brackets, something 90, 50, 70, and if I close, a list will be initialized. List is nothing but it's a type of array, means it's not an array. Array will have same data type, similar data type, but list can have more than similar data type, means different data types. Okay, now you just understand list is nothing but it will be opened with square brackets and closed with square brackets. In between you can have some values. It's not a list. Now I want to convert this lists into byte. What is byte? Bytes data type is specifically for what? Binary. It represents group of byte numbers, just like an array. You got it? And its value means a bytes data type. As I said, it's a byte. Its range should be always 0 to 255. If it is crossing that, you will get an error. How will you make it? Look here. and make sure that this list should have only byte numbers. A list must have only byte numbers. Okay, now what I have done, I have initialized byte numbers, a list with byte numbers. See, everything is in between 0 to 255 only, not more than 255. Okay, now B is equal to BYTES bytes of L. Means this list is converted to bytes and stored in B now. Now B of 0, if you look, see, 1 second, B of 1, see, okay. Since it is in binary, we cannot print like this. You have to use for loop only. Okay, let me use for loop. Sir, it got disconnected. I mean, sorry. So let me share the screen. Let me share the screen. Now L is equal to B is equal to bytes of L P of 0. Good. So what we will do, see, we will create one array and we will try to convert it and we will print using for loop. Okay. Since I am using old version, it is taking even brackets are also part of it. Let me check. Okay, BYT is bytes for I in B print what I. See, it is printing. Everything is printed. This is about bytes. Now what I will do, L is equal to, I will create 270 and 300 and 1 comma 2. Okay. Now B is equal to, or P is equal to B by TES bytes of L. B by TES bytes of L. For I in P print I. Actually, it should not accept. We have to give only in that range. But somewhere I'm doing some mistake. BYTES bytes only. That's correct. Actually, I tested this in my previous, my other laptop. It worked fine for me. Now I'm getting issue here. It should not accept. Yeah, that should be fine. So I will explain this bytes and byte array data type in the next session. We will continue with the list. Okay, somewhere something is going wrong. I'll just check and I'll explain next session. Means tomorrow I will explain this. I will verify from my other laptop and I will explain that. Meanwhile, we will go with the list data type. Is that fine?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. See, lists in Python are similar to arrays in C. A list represents a group of elements. The main difference between list and array is array will have only one type of data type, means a single data type. If you are initializing array, right, either you need to initialize with int or float or string. But in list, it is not the case. You can have multiple data types. Okay, if I say L is equal to open brackets Sai Ram comma 1 comma 1.2 comma 1 plus 10j. Look here. First one is string, second one is int, third one is float, next complex. You can also have bool as well. Okay. Now, if you want to print L is equal to, means it will print all the values. Means list will have an order. See, in 0th index, Sairam is there. In first index, 1 is there. In second index, 1.2 is there. In third index, 1 plus 20j is there. Order is not changed. You are getting me? Order is not changed. Okay, and it is mutable. You can change the values. Now L of 0, I can have something like Krish. Now again print. See, it is changed. Means the same object is modified. So first one is list will support slicing and list will support order of the elements. Next, list will support duplications also. If I say, see here, I am going to make 1 comma 1 comma 1 comma 1.2 comma 1.2 comma 1.2. See how many times ones you have and how many times 1.2 you have. Still it will print. Means it's not going to remove. It will keep duplications also as it is. Clear about the list? Am I audible? Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, my internet is not stable. That's the reason I'm asking this many times. Okay. Now, so list will have a slicing operation because it supports indexing and order is maintained and it will maintain the duplications and it is opened and closed with square brackets. And it is mutable. This all about list data type. This is very most frequently used data type in Python. Next, coming to tuple. List and tuple both are same except in few cases. List is opened and closed with normal brackets like this. Say L or T is equal to, normally you have to open with normal brackets 1 comma 1.2 comma 3.2 comma something like true, true, true comma 1 string ga something ga something gaga something. Okay, and you close it and you can have your own duplications also. 1 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 2 comma 3, close it. This is a tuple. Means with normal brackets it will open and close, And you can print the values of tuples using indexing. See, T of 0, one value is printed. T of 4, what it should print? T of 4. T of 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gaga has to be printed. Yeah, it printed, right? So this is how. The only difference is you cannot change the values, means it is immutable. When I say T of 4 is equal to Kaka. See, object does not support item assignment, means it is not allowed to change the value of that tuple. Clear? This is immutable. That is this is immutable, and it will open and close with normal brackets. That is the only difference between list and tuple. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now we will discuss about the set data type. Oh, range we have to discuss, right? Range. After that, we will go with the set. Okay. Now, see, range data type represents the sequence of numbers. The numbers in the range are not modifiable. Means not modifiable means what? Mutable or immutable?
Immutable.
Yes. Say R is equal to RANGE, range of 10. Okay. Now TYPE of R. One second, spelling mistake. TYPE of R. See, it belongs to list type only, but what it exactly happening, I will tell you. I will tell you. When I say R is equal to RANGE, range of 10, means it will initialize this R with this range object. Means starting it will take by default 0. See, range object, right? So starting it will take default 0 value, and it will initialize till, if I say 10, it will initialize till 9 in the steps of 1. So this 0 and 1 I am not giving. Those are default values. So what it will print now? Look here. What it will print now? For I in R, print I. See, 0 to 9 it printed. 0 to 9 it printed. 0 to 9 it printed. That's what I mean to say. Range object will be initialized as a list. If you type now TYPE type of R, it will tell you list type, because this range object has a returned list and it's stored in the R. You are getting me, or any doubts? Range is a data type. When you create this data type, it will be returned as a list. Clear? Now V is equal to RANGE, range of, I want to initialize in steps of 2. Okay, 100 till 100. Sorry, starting, right? First we have to beginning. So 0 to say 50 in steps of 2. Now for I in V, print what? I. See, 0 to 4. See what it has printed. 0 to 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Like that, in steps of 2 it started printing till 48. Okay, now TYPE of V. See, it list. It returned as a list. Clear? Any doubts? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will also explain about bytes and bytes array data type. This only conflict, right? That I will explain tomorrow. Whatever that we have seen that issue I will confirm tomorrow. Like when I am giving out of bytes, also it is taking. That we have to think. Okay, that I will explain tomorrow. But bytes array I will explain now. Bytes and byte array. Okay. The only difference between list and tuple is list is mutable, tuple is immutable. Range is also immutable. Okay. Now what we will do? We will think about this bytes array, right? Yeah. So exit Python. Now what we will do? Yeah. Take one list. L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and like B is equal to BYTE, bytes array, bytes array, array, and pass this L value. Byte array, not bytes array, byte array. Now for I in B print what I. See, it started printing byte array. The difference between bytes and byte array is bytes is immutable. Okay, byte array is mutable. That is the only difference. Byte array can be modified, whereas bytes cannot be modified. Okay, that is the only difference. Let me see once. Yeah, it's working. Only thing is like it should, one thing I have to confirm. Tomorrow I will confirm bytes and byte array. Why it's taking more than that range. It should take only 255, 0 to 255. It should not take more than that. Okay. By in our case, it is taking more than that. That I have to confirm. Okay. Otherwise, I think till here, everything should be fine. So list, tuple, and fundamental data types by mutability and immutability, objects reusability. Are you clear with this till now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have two remaining data types, set and mappings. We will continue from tomorrow. Okay. Set and mapping we will continue, and then byte and byte array doubt I have to resolve. I will check again. I will resolve. Otherwise, are you guys clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. We'll meet tomorrow then. Yeah. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.